WhiskyJason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American here in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Today I have Maker's Mark 101, travel retail only, or as some people still like to say, duty free only. Whiskey base number 125736, 50.5 ABV, 110 proof, is that right? Yep. And this is 45 euros, $50 for 1 liter, I must have mentioned. And very, very, very interesting story. Way back when you were a big friend here of Bill Samuels or whoever else, or Samuel Jr.'s, or whoever else worked at the distillery in Loretto, Kentucky, and they would actually pull out this higher proof Maker's Mark and go, here, try some of this. It's 101, like Wild Turkey 101. And it was very, very, very nice. And so then they decided, hey, we have our Maker's Mark. We have our Maker's 46. We have our Maker's Cask Strength. And now we need something for travel retail. Travel retail is only at airports. And for us in Europe, it's pretty good. I actually had this bottle in my hand once. I was flying over to Scotland, and I went up to the cash register, and she said, nope. I said, why not? She says, you're not flying international. I said, I'm flying to Scotland. She said, it's still European Union. It's not international. I was like, ah. She said, if it would have been with the Brexit, it would have been. I was like, okay. I'm not even going to start with that discussion here. What if Brexit and so on. And so I had to wait for someone. Hans-Jürgen, thank you very much. He was so kind, and he actually gave me here this nice little sample of the bottle, and I'm very, very thankful for him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the 3 of these, actually, and compare the 3 of these together. First, I must admit, talking and pouring is not my strength. The bottle of 46 is what I really love. Okay, we're going to go this way. This is okay. It looks 70s. Marge with her nice little running beads here of the drops of the wax. Why not? She's forbidden, or Maker's Mark has now forbidden anyone from using that worldwide, which is really interesting that they were able to patent that and trademark that and protect it with international property possibilities. Anyone can dip it in wax, but no one can let it drip down. This bottle has a cork. Yay, this has a corkscrew. I'm not sure what this has. He did a good job of the labeling, though. The form of the bottle is just so elegant and so beautiful. This over here, as I said, looks a little bit old-fashioned. This is not bad, actually. So, let's nose them. I get a lot of corn on the cob with butter. If I hadn't known better, I would have said Dickel. It's not, but I'm blind tasting. I know this one. This is a Dickel. This is so much creamier and so much more sweetness. This has a little bit of astringency in there. I don't know. And over here, we have the best of them all. I just love the 46. I love that European French oak. I love that toastedness. I love the sweetness as well as that extra little zest that's put in there by those oak staves in the bottle. They have a nice little cave, like a wine cave, a cellar that they actually blasted out of the side of a mountain or a hill, and they actually have a very cool climate in there. They let them set for their 6 weeks or so with these little tiny wood staves in there, and they create a totally new wood and whiskey profile. As you notice here, it says Kentucky Bourbon Whiskey. Here it says Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. It's no longer straight if you put something into it, either color or even different types of wood. Now over here it has the nice little phrase here, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, handmade, 50.5%. Our Supreme Family Recipe, our Signature Family Recipe, bottled at a higher proof for richer flavor. Okay, very, very nice. It's very interesting that Maker's Mark is no longer family owned. Beam, Suntory bought them. Beam bought them. Suntory took over Beam. And yet they still have the flair. They still have the entrepreneur spirit of a family-owned company, which I love. And if you ever are close to Louisville, Lexington, make sure you head out to Loretto. It's one of the best tours ever. I just love the Maker's Mark tour. They do just such a fabulous job. All right, let's try it. It's got a lot of that butter corn moment. It's a little bit tart, astringent, and there's a little bit of alcohol in there. It's not really... It's not checking the boxes for me, to be actually honest here. Solid C. Nothing wrong with it, but nothing where I go, oh, wow, new Maker's Mark. Mom, I'm going to call you up and write home and say, hey, try this. The normal Maker's Mark, actually, with Bart and Scott, with the Scotch Test Dummies, about 2 years ago, they did a 32-bottle blind, and this actually won by Scott, which I think is a fabulous. It's coherent. Now it is a weeder. Legend says Bill Samuel, the dad of Bill Samuel Jr., which is the dad of the distillery manager or master blender, master distiller, whatever you want to call him. He actually decided not to wait the 4 years to see how everything happens in the barrel, but he just baked bread with the different recipes with 51%. Corn, he added different mixtures of malt or of malted barley, of then rye or wheat, and the people liked the wheated the best. So he got rid of the rye and put in that wheat, and ta-da! We have a nice, round, smooth, coherent, excellent, smooth, silky type of whiskey. I really like this. This is an excellent, excellent whiskey for the money. All right, you take Elijah Craig barrel proof and take it against it. Of course, that's a heavy hitter. This is not that league. But for that league that this is in, this is one of the best whiskeys I can offer for maybe under the $30 brand here. The last one, the Maker's 46. This is more complicated. This is more of a sophisticated. Oh, it's so, I really get that European oak in there. I just love it. It's fantastic. Kicking up to 47%. A little bit of stringency there. A lot of sweetness. A lot of wood and oak. Very, very nice. I love it. So, this is a C. C plus, maybe on a good day. This is a B minus, and this is a solid B in my book. Value for money. Is it worth the $45, €45, $50? No. I'd rather have two of these or one and a half of these than one of those. I'd much rather have just one of these than one of those, to be honest. So I'm going to give this a C minus for value for money. If this is my B minus, I'm going to actually give this like a C plus to B minus for value for money. Let's go for a B minus. It's a very, very good buy. And over here, if this is my B, I'm going to give it also a B minus for the value for money. Very difficult to find whiskeys in this caliber at that price. Maker's Mark, you're doing a great job. Keep up the work. Thank you very much for being a disruptor in the force. Back in the 1980s, we had the three big boys, the Wild Turkey, the Heaven Hill, and the Buffalo Trace. And Willett wasn't even on the scene back then, really, and they were the small little craft distiller. And they've turned into one of the major players out there. And it's very fabulous to see what they've done and how they do it. And it's just a pleasure having the opportunity to talk about this whiskey in English, because I didn't find anybody that actually had done a nice review. That's wrong. I found one person that did it, And so I decided to do also a review about the Maker's Mark 101 travel retail. Look for it if you're on the go. Probably you're going to buy Blanton's instead, or you're going to buy something else instead. But hey, if you don't know what to buy and there's one of the things left, go for it. You're going to at least have something to show off when you come home. Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Maker's Mark, a solid C, maybe even a C+. Value for money, more of a C-, but that's the way things are at the moment when you buy travel retail. But it's a €1, it's 1 liter bottle, so maybe it is a C after all. Thank you. Thumbs up for my videos. Subscribe, hit the bell if you want to. My videos come out on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All the best. See you soon. Bye-bye.